You walk into the tech store, bright lights, clean tables, everything gleams. Your old phone still works, but the battery's dragging and the camera feels 2020. You tell yourself you're not treating yourself, it's necessary. What you don't realize is that this one purchase is about to quietly rewrite your entire budget, and you won't even notice it happening. So you drop $1,300 on the new Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. You walk out feeling powerful, efficient, upgraded. But then you get into your car and look at the device. It's a slab of futuristic glass, perfect, seamless. And suddenly, your frayed $5 gas station charging cable feels cheap. It feels wrong to plug this masterpiece into trash. So you buy the official 45-watt supercharger. That's $50. Then you realize your cheap earbuds don't support the new high-resolution audio codec. Now the phone sounds wasted unless you hear it properly. So you buy the Galaxy Buds Pro, $230. Then you notice the phone deserves better protection. You get a smart case, $70. Within 48 hours, that $1,300 purchase has quietly turned into something much worse. And the scary part is you never consciously decided to spend more. By the time you notice, you've spent over $1,700 and it felt automatic. This isn't you being irresponsible with money. This is a psychological glitch that has destroyed more wealth than inflation ever could. It explains why winning the lottery often ends in bankruptcy, why a simple kitchen remodel spirals out of control, why treating yourself never seems to stop at just one thing. It's called the Diderot Effect. Today, I'm going to prove something uncomfortable. You don't buy things because you need them. You buy things because your other things demand them. And here's the terrifying part. This trap was documented 300 years ago, and people are still falling for it today. To understand the trap, we have to go back to France in 1765. Meet Denis Diderot. Diderot was a brilliant philosopher, the co-founder of the encyclopedia, but he was broke. He wore old clothes, he walked on worn rugs, he sat on a rickety straw chair, and honestly, he was content. Then the Empress of Russia bought his personal library for a massive sum of money. Overnight, Diderot was wealthy. So he did what any of us would do. He treated himself to a scarlet silk dressing gown, a luxury robe fit for a man of his status. He put it on and felt transformed, elevated. But as he sat at his desk, something bothered him. The robe was magnificent, and the desk was old, ink-stained, and ugly. The contrast felt painful. So he replaced the desk with expensive mahogany. Now the robe and desk matched, but when he looked down, the ruin ruined the aesthetics. His old rug looked like a rag, so he bought a plush Damascus rug. At this point, Diderot could have stopped. This is where most people think the story ends, but this is where the trap fully closes. The rug made the curtains look cheap. New curtains followed. The curtains made the chair look like firewood, so he bought a leather armchair. Piece by piece, Diderot replaced everything in the room, not because he needed to, but because the robe demanded it. Months later, every object matched, and Diderot was broke again. He later wrote an essay called Regrets on Parting with My Old Dressing Gown, where he admitted something haunting. I was the absolute master of my old dressing gown, but I have become a slave to my new one.
You might think, I don't wear silk robes, but in a second, I'm going to show you how this exact psychology is destroying people who believe they're being productive. Let's look at the modern version of the trap. The content creator. You decide you want to start streaming, so you buy a Sony A7 camera, $2,000, a serious investment. But when you turn it on, the image looks grainy. Your bedroom lighting is terrible. The camera demands an upgrade, so you buy the aperture key light, $300. Now the video looks crisp, but your audio sounds hollow. The visuals exposed the sound. So you buy the Shure SM7B and a mixer, $500. Now you look and sound professional, but your background is an unmade bed and mismatched furniture. So you renovate the room. RGB strips, nano-leaf panels, new shelving. You haven't just bought a camera, you've bought an identity. And once you see this, you'll never look at an upgrade the same way again. This is the core psychology, identity consistency. We crave a world that matches who we think we are. If you see yourself as a broke student, ramen and IKEA feels fine. But the moment you buy one high-status anchor item, your identity shifts, and that new identity starts making demands. A new wardrobe, a better car, a more expensive lifestyle. Most people calculate cost in isolation. Can I afford $500 kitchen cabinets? That's the wrong question. You need to calculate the chain reaction cost. You install sleek white cabinets, $5,000. Suddenly, your 10-year-old almond-colored fridge looks disgusting. Boom, stainless steel fridge, $2,000. Now the appliances look modern, but the vinyl flooring looks yellow and cheap. Boom, hardwood floors, $4,000. Now the kitchen is beautiful, but it's open concept. You can see the living room, and your old brown couch looks like it belongs in a dumpster. Boom, new sectional, new rugs, new paint. The $5,000 upgrade didn't cost $5,000. It cost $25,000. The cabinets were the scarlet robe. They anchored a new standard, and everything else suddenly failed it. Upgrades often feel like progress, but they quietly steal something more valuable: your freedom to live imperfectly. The solution? The 3 firewalls. Most people hear this idea and still end up broke because they only change one behavior. You need all 3. First, predict the entire cost. Before you buy the anchor item, the phone, the suit, the car, ask what it will demand next. If you buy a PS5, will it demand a 4K TV, a subscription, new controllers? Don't focus on the upfront cost. Look at everything it drags along with it. If you can't afford the ongoing expenses, time, stress, and upgrades that come with it, don't buy it, because once it's in your life, it keeps draining your money little by little, like a leech you invited in yourself. Second, cap accumulation. The Diderot Effect feeds on clutter. We add the new and keep the old, hoping they'll coexist. They won't. If a new pair of shoes enters your home, an old pair must leave. Donate it, sell it, trash it. This keeps you in the mindset of a user, not a collector. Third, keep one visible part of your life deliberately humble. This is the most powerful move. Steve Jobs wore the same turtleneck. Mark Zuckerberg drives an unremarkable car, not because they couldn't afford more, but because a humble anchor sets the baseline. If you wear a $50 Casio watch, nobody expects a $3,000 suit. But if you wear a Rolex, the world, and your own brain, starts making expensive demands. Lower your status symbols, and you lower the maintenance cost of your entire life. And this is the lens I want you to walk away with. Consumerism is designed to make you feel incomplete. It whispers that you're one purchase away from being enough. But Diderot showed us the truth 300 years ago. He thought he upgraded his life. In reality, he upgraded his obligations. Don't let your next upgrade turn you into a servant. So I want to know, what's the scarlet robe in your house right now? What's the one purchase that forced you to buy 10 more? Tell me in the comments. If you're interested in understanding how money really works, the psychology behind wealth, and the systems that shape our financial lives, this channel is for you. I break down the ideas, habits, and hidden rules that most people were never taught, without hype, gimmicks, or get-rich-quick promises. If this video gave you value or made you see money differently, take a second to like the video. It really helps the channel reach more people. And if this is the kind of content you want to keep seeing, consider subscribing. New videos like this are posted regularly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.